Hey there, YouTubers. So just to explain there, the cable that I had here was a speaker wire, high quality 10 gauge. I don't know if you can see there. It should show, but anyway, it's a 10 gauge. It's good till you reach the point where it's not good anymore. It's hooked up to my switch there, and that's what I had there. Speaker cable is good, I would say, for 1.5 liters per minute, and after that, when you reach 2 or something like that, it's getting really hot, and it's starting to burn. So I was smelling the burn. I checked it, and it was actually burning. So the tip here is a little loose. So this is not something that I appreciate, and I don't like to smell the plastic burning there smell. I don't like that, and I don't think it's a good idea to have. So what I did, I bought this jumper cable. So I started to put them together there slowly, and those jumper cable are going to be replacing these wires here. You can see that it's much more bigger, and the jumper cable will do a good job compared to the other one, and the insulation around it, it's much more bigger too. You can see the difference here, and if I take this one, it's a huge difference. So this won't burn anymore due to the heat. They will have a coating around it that will prevent that heat. So just to show you that I'm still working on it, and oh yeah, the other guy there had a question. Right, let me show you that. What I was talking about here, the heat was generated, and I was seeing this, and this is my PWM actually. That's what I was talking about earlier in the comments. The PWM, you can buy that on eBay. What it does, it's controlling the voltage, not the amp, only the voltage and the hertz that are going to go through your cell. So you have like 2 ports that are going to be negative, another 2 ports that are going to be the exit negative, another 2 port that's going to be the positive, and another 2 port that's going to be the exit positive. So the 2 exit are always in the middle, and they're going here all the way around there to my jumper cable that I got for before there. I think it's gauge 10, and it's the same gauge as I had before on the other wire that I stripped off there to replace these wire. So it's the same thing. You can get that for $10, I think. Those are not heating up at all at this point so far, and they're going to my cell. I think it's more useful for now because I don't have a steady setup, and I'm always moving it around, so I have to remove the cell and put some new neutral plate and all that all the time. So that's the best way to do it. But just to return to my PWM there, my pulse wave modulator, this one is one that you can get on eBay. It's a 30 amp, can go up to 24 volt, and you can run it on 12 volt too, or less if you want. It doesn't really matter, but I run it actually on 24 volts, and it's going up to 30 amps, so you can control the voltage, which is going to be affecting the amount of hydrogen that you're going to produce, but it's always going to go at 30 amps. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing here. So every wire here that you see, that's connecting to this, and it's connecting to the battery. This is going to go away. Obviously, they're not able to withstand the heat, so I'm going to be replacing that with a cable like this. They're much more thicker, stronger, and meant for the job actually. DC cable that are meant for this. This actually is going to go to one of my friends there. He's got some music stuff there, so he's going to be able to use those cable, I guess, at 10 gauge for music. That's a lot. So that's about it, just to show you what I was up to and what I was working on, and to show you the PWM too, so you can understand what exactly it is and what it's doing, was the purpose of this. The reason the wire were burning and I was smelling the plastic burn there It's because those wires are not meant for this. They are speaker wires, and they're good for like a liter or a liter, 0.5 liter, 1.5 liters per minute. That's the maximum that you can put on those wires from my point of view. And so far they were not heating up too much, but at this point, at more than 2 liters per minute and higher up there at the point that I am, those are no longer efficient, and I don't want to play with them anymore and go any further with this testing process until I got them replaced. And I might be even have to replace the PWM there and put a stronger one at one point there, depending on how far I want to go with my cell. Let's say I want to have a higher boost. I'm expecting about 6 liters per minute at the end of this. So if I want to increase the 6 liters per minute with the same amount of cell, if I'm putting a higher up amount of amps, if I have like a PWM that is going to be like 30 amps, or if I go a little bit up, because I already got a 30 there, let's say I go to a 50 amps, like the one that you got with the zero fossil fuel. He built up a really nice one there, and I might buy or check the template and try to build one myself or something like that. But that's what I'm doing right now there, and probably gonna be checking on that after I replace my wire. If the wire are not efficient enough, then I'm gonna go ahead and do this and change the PWM after and order one on the internet. I think it's around $50 for a 50 amp. It's gonna be 20 more amps than this one, and I probably gonna be having better results. Another thing that I have here that I didn't show up last time is my pump. It's a simple water pump. I think it's good when you got some baking soda in there and all that. If you have a pump that is pumping water all the time in it, I don't know, but I feel like it's a little bit better there. It's circulating a lot, and the heat is not building up inside of your cell. So this one here is pumping water in the cell, and after that it's going out from the top here. And it's always taking the water from the bottom of my tank. So that's my tank, and it got a gauge, so I know where my water is at. And this is where the bubbles are coming out. So bubbles are coming out there, going all the way to the top. I got a pressure valve in case there is some problem. And this one I modified, by the way. It's not like a 200 psi pressure valve there. I shortened up the spring, so it's a little bit less than that, and I don't want it to blow anyway because the valve is not good. And after that, this one is going to my bucket where I got the rest of the water that I was putting in my reservoir. So that's basically it. The setup is not complete. It's not finished. It's not done yet because I'm not done testing. So I'm not gonna finish it and put it all in a nice box or whatnot. But that's what it is basically. If you have any questions, just ask me. I'll try to answer the best on, or make another video if there's anything there, because I got some private message there and some message on the site itself asking question about all this. It's fairly easy. I got my battery charger, 2 batteries there, 24 volts. And after that, I'm going to be working on something else, I guess. Here is what I'm going to work on while I'm waiting, if I have to wait for something. This is a lawnmower, and the engine of the lawnmower is going to be plugged up on my hydrogen pretty soon. I hope in the next month or so there I'm going to be able to put it up and make at least I think I'm going to try it once I'm going to be at 4 or 5 liters per minute. I guess this would be enough to run my lawnmower. And of course I'm going to make myself a real bobbler with a real flashback arrestor on top of it, which I found a design on the internet is very interesting. And this is all going to be in a future project there. So that lawnmower is going to be working. Actually, it is turning. There's no problem there. I checked it out, so it's not rusty like there's no tomorrow. So this one is turning, so should not be any problem there. And I'm gonna change my wire, put some bigger wire up there. And once all of this is done, then I'm probably gonna make another video pretty soon there once those wires are there, and see if it's working good with the PWM, or if it's a complete failure and I need to go down in the gauge. I guess this is probably 910 gauge, but it's adapted for heat. The other one over there is 10 gauge, and it's not heating up, and the speaker one were heating up. So those should be better. If they're not, then I'm gonna buy some, maybe I don't know if they sell it in 5 gauge at the store, but I'm gonna check it out to go a little bit lower, a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger. That's about it. So I'm gonna get you some news about this as soon as possible. Have a good day. Bye bye.